guys, it's Amy here and today we're going to be doing the autumn book tag. So autumn is here, guys. I'm so incredibly happy about this because autumn is my favourite time of year. I'm an autumn baby. I just love everything about autumn. It is just awesome. So I'm going to do this tag video. I wasn't tagged by anyone. I will leave a link to the creator down below and I will be tagging people as well come the end of the video, so hang around. It's pretty self-explanatory. I have 7 autumn related questions here and I'm just going to share some books that I love with you, so let's begin. Question number 1 is, are there any books you plan on reading over the autumn season? And yes, and I need your help with these. So I have these 4 books that you may have seen in last week's book haul. These are the Roald Dahl adult books that relate to madness, deception, cruelty and lust. I want to read 1 or maybe more than 1 over the autumn season, but I don't know what to pick up first. So let me know if you've read any of these, or even if you haven't, you just think I should pick up one over the other first, do let me know in the comments because I just don't know where to begin. So there we go. Let me know down below. Question number 2 is, September brings back to school memories. What book did you most enjoy studying and what were your favourite and least favourite school subjects? So my favourite school subjects was probably English because we were just allowed to read in class and I just love reading, as you can probably guess from this channel. And for least favourite subject, I'm probably going to go with French just because the teacher I had was really nasty. She was quite a vindictive lady. I don't know whether it's just she didn't like children, but she was really nasty and I hated the subject because of that. I think if I had a nicer teacher I would have ended up really enjoying French and probably continued on with it. Now I cannot remember any French at all, which is a real shame. I wish I had kind of persevered with it, but my teacher was horrible, so that was probably my least favourite subject at the time. And for favourite books to study, for Shakespeare I'm going to have to go with Hamlet because I studied that multiple times throughout school and then A-levels and I absolutely adored it. But I've also got 3 books here that I studied for my A-levels which I think closely tie in to the autumn season. So firstly we have The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, we then have Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and finally The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. All of these tie in quite nicely with each other. They're quite gothic and horror-esque, I guess. Like, I'm not a big fan of horror, but these ones are just wonderful, beautiful stories and I would highly recommend you pick them up. Question number 3 is, October means Halloween. Do you enjoy scary books and films? If so, what are some of your favourites? Okay, I kind of just answered that. No, I don't enjoy horror films. I don't enjoy horror books really. I have a really vivid imagination and I basically, if I watch a scary film or if I read a scary book, I scare myself to the point of having panic attacks and it's just not fun for anyone. One horror book that I do vividly remember reading and being terrified by though was The Ring by Koji Suzuki, which I think is what the Ring films then came from, and I read that whole trilogy of horror books and I don't even know, I think I was probably about 14 or 15 at the time, and even to this day like I can remember bits of those books and they can still make me not sleep at night. So yeah, just a good idea for me to stay away from that basically. Question number 4 is, with November it's time for bonfire night and firework displays. What's the most exciting book you've read that really kept you gripped? Okay, so I'm just going to go with the book that I've read recently because like my whole lifetime of books, that's a lot of books to choose from. So this year, my most gripping book would probably have to be Brain on Fire by Susanna Cahalan. That is the non-fiction book that I mentioned in my favourite books of the year so far. Absolutely stunning read. It really, honestly, go and pick it up. Particularly Susanna Cahalan documenting a time where she went from being completely sane, completely normal person, or what you kind of gather as being a normal person, to like pretty much like overnight being like a schizophrenic and having all these like huge psychological pointers to make all these doctors believe that she was like a paranoid schizophrenic when actually she wasn't. And the whole book is so intense and so gripping and the whole time you just want to find out what the hell is wrong with this woman because it's getting to the point where she gets into like a catatonic state. Like she actually, it's almost like she's in a coma. She can't feed herself, she can't speak, she can't move, and all these doctors are pretty much dumbstruck and have no idea what's wrong with her, and it was just a fantastic read. Honestly, I implore everyone to go and read it because I don't know anyone who hasn't gone and read it and not enjoyed it. Question number 5, what book is your favourite cozy comfort read? Okay, I have 4 series for you. I don't think any of these are going to be a surprise to anyone because like I talk about them all the time, or I've mentioned them in previous videos as favourites, so we'll go through them quickly. Harry Potter, don't need to say any more. Lord of the Rings, don't need to say any more. A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket, which I haven't read in a long time, but honestly, I get like urges, like nostalgic urges when I'm just like at work sometimes to pick up those books, so I think I'm gonna pick one up very soon. And finally, His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. Just those books are perfect. Really good for winter reading as well. Like I would highly recommend you pick up those books in like autumn, winter, just because they're set in like Svalbard, the icy kind of regions of this world, and it's just brilliant. I love them so much. Go and pick them up if you haven't already. Question number 6 is, curled up with a good book, what is your hot drink of choice? I actually have some with me right here. My hot drink of choice is always going to be tea. I very, very rarely drink coffee. It makes me feel a bit jittery, and I kind of became like a little bit addicted to coffee in my second year of university, and it made me go a bit mad. I've kind of stayed clear from it since then. But my favourite teas at the moment are strawberry and raspberry. This is just like Twinings fruit tea, and peppermint. I mean, if you follow me on Twitter, you know I'm always talking about peppermint tea. Peppermint tea is probably the best thing you could ever drink. You can brush your teeth in the morning, go to work, have the minty taste in your mouth, and drink peppermint tea, and it tastes fine. You don't get that horrible taste that you get when you decide to drink a regular drink after brushing your teeth. I always make that mistake and drink like orange juice and it tastes rank. Peppermint tea, you don't have that problem. There you go. Life lessons, guys. And finally, question number 7 is, any plans you're looking forward to over the next few months? In October, I'm hoping to go on holiday. Me and my partner Tom have not been on holiday since like last May. We've been to little festivals and things, but we haven't been abroad on a plane. I have not seen like proper sun in a little while, and I'm feeling a little bit like I need to just get away. So we're hoping in October to maybe go away, but I'm not putting all my eggs in the basket because it might not happen. So follow me on Twitter, you'll know if I suddenly go on holiday in October. So there we are, that's the end of this video. I'm going to tag Under the Radar Books, Kitty G and Books and Pieces. I shall leave all of their lovely channels linked down below. Do let me know your answers down below, I'd love to have a chat with you. As always, I will leave links to Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, everything I've mentioned today down below. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I will see you soon. Bye! Look what it looks like inside without the dust jacket on. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realise it looked like this underneath until just now. I'm even